What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on my beloved E46 once again. We're changing spark plugs today because after you drive these cars really hard, they kind of need a spa day of maintenance. Today we went with NGK V Power TR5s. This is what I've always ran in this car. No issues, always happy with them. But so you may be asking yourself, Krew, why do you have 8 spark plugs? It's an E46. Well, that's because my E46 has a 351 Windsor from a 1970s boat. Yeah, it has a boat motor. Is that funny or what? But V8 swapped, puts down a staggering 250 horsepower to the wheels. In a future episode, we're gonna make that number way higher. Stay tuned. Spark plugs today. So let's get right into it. Let's start by pulling cylinder number 1. Yeah. Freaking tight in there. Wow, that looks really good. Look at that. Good AFR. Looks really good. I'm happy with that. Granted, we only did like 2 or 3 events on these spark plugs. That's really good. I'm happy with that. Next step, I'm gonna gap these ones to make sure they're the same as my previous ones because spark plug gap is crucial. All right, cylinder 1 is out. New plug ready to go in. I like to just take the socket off the ratchet, thread it hand tied in there. Once you feel it stop, just throw the ratchet on, give it a good, stick this guy back on. Say goodbye to your ratchet. And throw that on. That is 1 out of 8 cylinders complete. Cylinder 2, holy cow. Okay, broken loose, and I just like to undo the rest by hand. Plug number 2 looks just as good as the plug number 1. I'm checking the spark plug gap. Get this coin, and we are right at 36,000. Spark plug gap is important for obviously control over your spark. If you have more compression in your motor, you want to close that gap up a little more, but this motor being 9-to-1 compression, tight gap doesn't really do anything, so right at 36 thousandths is pretty good. Throw it back in. Now, since I'm not changing the gap at all, I'm just leaving them all right at 35 to 36 thousandths, which is what these plugs come at. You don't really need to check the gap, but I like to just to make sure. You're better safe than sorry. See, that one's 34 thousandths, which that little of difference doesn't really matter, but still. It's always good to check that. Keep your motor alive and healthy and happy. All right, can you guys guess what we're about to do? Check the gap. Always check the gap. 30, yeah, we're good. Pull number 3. This one's not terrible. Ow, we're good. Oh, the fiberglass exhaust wrap making my hands itchy. Yeah, that one's still good, but I kind of wonder why there's oil on the threads right there, but it's a little concerning. It's fine, it's all fine. At least I had a good gap, but new plug going in, it was probably just under tightened, I would guess, but new plug going in. And out of curiosity, if you guys could put what you guys think that oil is on the threads like that for, please let me know. Because I've done plugs on this car a few times, and only a few of the cylinders have had oil on the threads like that, but it runs perfectly fine and all that. Get the gap, chilling, it's good. Well, let's check that one more time, that was a little tight. Yeah, we're good. And tight. So you ever need more leverage? One simple trick, you just get your jack handle, stick that puppy over the ratchet, and watch how effortless. One finger. Easy as that. If I didn't use this, I would be fighting for my life with this tiny little handle, but simple as that. This freaking header bolt. It's such a tight fit in here. I left my wrench specifically for this job at home, so we're struggle busting today. All right, spark plugs are all done. easy job. It's like anyone can do it really. I'm just putting the intake piping back on, plugging a few things in, whatever way it goes. Then once this is all done, it's all tidied up, we're gonna start it, make sure it runs good. Just verify everything was done right. And all right, let's start it. Job well done. That is job well done. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. We'll see you guys next time.